Welcome to the world of probiotic foods. This is Cultured Food Life with your host, Donna Schwenk.
Welcome everybody to the show. I'm so glad you're listening today. I love to share so much on this show, stories of healing from other people, of myself, but also I hope and I really pray that I enlighten you on some of your own experience, some of the things you're going through that you may not be aware of that can really change and make a difference in your life. Living in a body and understanding it and how it works can be pretty complicated. And it's fun to figure it out and to find new ways to help your body be the best it can be. Because when you feel good, you do good. It just changes everything in your world. And since we're starting this new podcast, I really want to take your questions and help you as much as I can. And so if you would, and if you have a question or if you have a story that you'd like to share, please tweet me at Cultured Food Life or at Donna Schwenk. You can do either one. And we're going to be monitoring that pretty closely, and we're going to pick questions and stories from people and maybe record some callers and share with you some of the wonderful things that these cultured foods can do, and also help you by maybe giving you some cultures, giving you a membership. We have a Biotic Pro membership that's a wonderful community of people that can help you grow and learn and kind of start you on your path to cultured foods. So please tweet me if you can with your questions, and we'll see if we can get you started, maybe give you some cultures to help you out. And that's at Cultured Food Life or at Donna Schwenk will work too. And hopefully it can make a huge difference in your life as it has done for so many others and for myself. Today we're going to talk about addictions. And many of us have them. And I had a caller call in not too long ago that told me a wonderful story. And she had a son who was struggling with drug addiction. And he had gone to rehab many, many times but could never get through the program. The detox was really hard on him, and they didn't really give him much to assist the detoxification process. And so he would always fail, and he would never be able to complete the program. And I think they had done it at least 3 times. And he was young. I think he was maybe 19 or 16. I can't remember the age of how old he was, but she was really desperate to help her son. And so she had heard me on the radio, and she had heard me mention that these cultured foods, which have probiotics in them, are huge helps in assisting the body to detoxify. And actually, 50% of the detoxification in your body is done through your gut, through your microbes. And so she gave her son some kefir to take with him into rehab. And I guess he drank it several times a day. And he was able to successfully get through the program with the help and the assistance of kefir. And she was so grateful. And she told me how happy they were and what a difference it had made in their life. And honestly, this was something I had never heard of. This was a news. I get so many stories from people that tell me all of the wonderful things that happen to them and how they kefir or kombucha, cultured vegetables, or any of the probiotic foods that I teach people how to make have healed their bodies in ways that I didn't even know was possible. And research is catching up with a lot of that now. And I do know that our microbes are powerful detoxifiers, and they need to be because we need help, along with our livers and our skin, our bowels. All of those things help us detoxify from so many chemicals and all kinds of pesticides and things that are in our food and are in our environment. But when you have a food addiction, or when you have a drug addiction, or you have things that you're really struggling with, one of the most powerful things you can do is to add these foods to your life and allow them to assist you and carry out the detoxification process so you can be free and you can be clean and healthy, and it can make a world of difference. In my own personal life, for many, many years, way before cultured foods, in the very beginning when I found cultured foods, I was very, very addicted to Diet Coke. And I know how terrible it is for you, but I could not stop drinking it. We drank a lot at our house. It was a lot. Everybody was drinking it. And I grew up in a family where people were really concerned about sugar. We had a lot of diabetes in our family, and so people were really concerned that they always thought that diet products were better for you. And so it was just something that we did, and I grew up doing that. And I really wanted to get off of it because I knew that it wasn't good for me, but I couldn't do it. would go a couple of days and then I was addicted to it. And I couldn't stop drinking it, and it just had a hold on me. And then something wonderful happened, because when I started drinking kombucha, that is a very powerful help. It's very helpful with the liver. It works with the liver to detoxify you. It assists the liver in detoxification. And it really helped me. Like, it had the bubbliness. It had the natural fizz that I loved in pop. And it was not through forced carbonation. It was a naturally occurring CO2 that's made through the bacteria and yeast that are probiotic. And as they consume the sugars in the kombucha tea, these special microbes, they made a natural bubbliness. It was naturally occurring. And I stopped missing pop because I loved how bubbly kombucha was, but I love the taste. I love that it didn't have a lot of sugar in it, because most of the sugar is consumed by the microbes. And I stopped craving diet soda, and I started reaching for kombucha instead. And I felt thousands of times better, and my cravings for diet pop went away. And they've actually done studies about how addictive it is and how much the body craves it. And so it's not just in your imagination if you have a hard time getting off of some of these substances that are food or drink, because there are often substances in them that actually make us crave it and make us buy the product. And that's what happened to me. So I had been off of this Diet Coke for a while. And it was about 8 months later, it had been about 8 months that I hadn't had any diet soda. And I went on vacation, and someone brought me a Diet Coke. And I wanted to be polite, so I drank it because they went and got it for me. We were out somewhere, and they got me a Diet Coke, and I didn't want to be rude and say no. And so I drank it. And then I drank more of it. And to be polite, I kept doing it because they kept refilling my drink. And it was... I don't know what, it was like a few hours later or the next day, I can't remember quite because it's been quite a long time, but I started getting really dizzy and my eyes were having trouble focusing. It scared me a lot. I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I felt really, really funny, and it almost ruined my vacation because I couldn't handle how I was feeling, because every time I stood up or when I would try to focus on something, my eyes would just go back and forth, and I didn't know what was wrong. It got so bad, I think I took Dramamine to keep from falling over. I felt so dizzy. But as soon as I got home, I stopped drinking Diet Coke and I started drinking kombucha again. And the symptoms went away. So I just thought, oh, it was a virus. I didn't put two and two together that it could have possibly been from the Diet Coke, because at that time I wasn't connecting it. And my body was giving me warning signs, but I didn't read them correctly because I didn't know what it was. So 2 months later, and my daughter had a Christmas play, and I was in charge of refreshments and drinks. And of course, everybody bought pop. That's what everybody brought. And there really wasn't anything else to drink. They didn't even have running water there because it was a place we'd rented. And so because I didn't want regular pop, I didn't want the sugar in it, I drank the diet pop because I was there. There's nothing else to drink. And the very next day, those symptoms returned. I had trouble getting out of the bed in the morning. I felt dizzy. I almost fell over. It really scared me. And I was really confused and having a hard time thinking straight. And I called my brother-in-law. He's a medical doctor. And I asked him, what could this possibly be? And he's such a great guy. I just love him. And he's always answers all my questions. I probe him about how the body works. I've done that often, many, many times. And he never tires of my questions. He's a great guy. And he said, well, it could be an inner ear virus. It could be, a bunch of different things. Donna, it's really hard to just make a diagnosis like that. It could be how the eyes and brain are connected. And he told me a bunch of things, and I so enjoyed talking to him, but he really didn't know. And so later in that afternoon, I started feeling a little bit better, and it suddenly hit me. Both times when I had gotten dizzy, I had drunk a lot of Diet Cola. A lot of it. So I rushed to do some research and found that aspartame was the main ingredient in Diet Coke, and it can cause headaches, dizziness, nausea, eye problems, and it's a very strong neurotoxin that can greatly affect the brain and the eyes. Everything's connected to it. And I had my answer. It was my body giving me a warning sign, and I was so excited that I had found the answer. And it's interesting to me because I didn't understand why, if I had drank Diet Pop for so many years, why didn't it bother me back then? Why, after I got off of it for 8 months, did all these symptoms appear? And our body is a very complex, magnificent machine that knows how to act, and knows how to help us. And when I got clean of that, this is just my theory, but when I got clean of the Diet Coke that was in my system for years, because your body tries to assimilate and take care of and rid you of all these things that are in our diet that aren't good for us. It's really a magnificent machine. And so often it will just work like crazy to help us handle it. But once I had gotten it out of my system, I put it back in, my body just basically revolted and said, no, we're not doing this anymore. So it gave me symptoms that actually really helped me to realize that it was really harming me in a great way. And I was very thankful for that experience because I haven't had any since. It made all the difference for me because I connected the dots. And you will find that the healthier you eat, the better you eat, the less tolerance you will have if you try to go back and eat unhealthy food. And a lot of that is based on the type of microbiome that you have in your gut. So if you eat a lot of processed foods, sugary soft drinks and things like that, you're going to have certain types of microbes in your gut that are going to crave those foods, that are going to make you crave those foods, that are going to want to keep thriving and flourishing and growing. And so you won't want to eat foods that are healthy because that will be the basis of your microbiome. They create cravings in your body. And once you start to eat healthier, your body will start to crave those foods, and they will crave the foods that love you back. You'll have less desire for those things. I mean, for years I wanted junk food and fast food, and now I don't have a tolerance for it anymore. I have no desire to eat it. I don't want it. And I think it's because I changed everything in my gut, and my gut craves healthy food now. So it makes it easy for me to eat good because I crave the foods that love me back. And it's been a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but you create a whole new inner ecosystem that really assists you in being healthy. And that's what I love about microbes and probiotics and understanding the body. All of this works together to make who you are and to make the cells of your body, and feed it right and work with your body. And it can be an amazing journey for you. It can be an amazing lifestyle for you. And it will show you the power of your body to keep you well and to keep you happy and to keep you feeling good. And you won't want to go back. It will be a tremendous blessing to go through, actually. If you find yourself with food addictions and habits that you don't want, my suggestion to you is to start adding in the good stuff into your diet. You don't have to change everything all at once, because I didn't. But I did begin by adding cultured foods, and especially I started with kefir, and then I went to kombucha, and then I added cultured vegetables. And we're not talking that that's all I ate. I just added them to my diet. I mean, I used to have kefir smoothies for breakfast, and I still do, and I make all different kinds of kefir now. We have so many recipes on our website at culturedfoodlife.com. Things you can make anywhere from oatmeal to smoothies to breakfast puddings to pancakes. We've got all different kinds of recipes to help you integrate these into your life. And then I just drink kombucha when I'm, with lunch or dinner, or just even in the evening if I want something that helps me to feel better and relax, or in the afternoon if I'm crashing and I need a pickup. Kombucha is fantastic for that. A spoonful of cultured vegetables is like billions and billions of probiotics. And just a spoonful can make all the difference in the world. It helps support your adrenals. It helps give you lots of vitamin C that boosts your immune system. It helps you keep things running easier for you and keeps you from having those crashes in the afternoon with it when your adrenals get tired. And your body will teach you, what it wants. And that's the beautiful thing about having a body that works with you. If you learn to eat foods that it loves, it'll start craving fruits and vegetables. And fruits and vegetables are prebiotics. And what that means is prebiotics are food for bacteria. They love the fiber in foods. And you don't really get any nutrients from the fiber, but your bacteria grows and thrives because of it. And as it grows and thrives and produces more good bacteria, you change from the inside out. And it allows you to really have a healthy lifestyle because you'll crave the foods that are good for you, and it will become effortless for you. And it will become easy for you, but it takes time to do that. And it can be an exciting journey, and I suggest you be easy about it. And you can find all that information on my website. I have a great Getting Started guide. It's a free ebook. It teaches you how to make kefir, kombucha, and cultured vegetables, and it's free. You get signed up for my weekly email, and it's wonderful to get help all the time, because when you're trying to start something new, you need to be encouraged. And I usually send out an email once a week, and I try to encourage people, help them to feel inspired, and help them to know why they're eating what they're eating. And I really encourage you to do that. It's all free, and it's all there for you. And I have hundreds of recipes that are there free for you to use to learn to make these foods. It's fun. It's fun to make these foods. I love it. I have a brand new book coming out the 26th of September, and I'm very excited. It's called Cultured Food in a Jar, over 100 recipes made in a jar. But here's the special thing about this book. Every food that's in there, every recipe that's in there is going to teach you why the food is good for you, or a story about its history, or something that will inspire you to start connecting to your food in a way that you never have before. Because it's thrilling when you realize that we have a contract with food in this life. It's part of who we are, and it takes up an enormous amount of our time. Eating, making food, and enjoying it should be high priority. And loving the food that loves you back is the best way to live. I also encourage you to check out the recipes and all the information at my website at culturedfoodlife.com. I have a Biotic Pro membership site where we've got over 50 plus videos, and we're going to be adding more and more special recipes on there, special things for members. It's really fun. We have a nice forum, live chat. We have a bunch of things on there. I also want to mention I have a class at the Lavender Farm here. I have one at the end of September that's booked. It's already sold out, but I have another one at the end of October. And I would love to have you come there. It's such a fantastic place, but we are going to have a blast. We're going to have a whole bunch of recipes from my new book, Cultured Food in a Jar. We're going to have a book signing. I'm going to teach you how to make kefir, kombucha, and cultured vegetables, and everybody's going to make a jar of cultured vegetables. And I'm doing a special recipe just for you guys that I have never taught at a class before, and it is out of this world delicious. It's easy, it's fun, you're going to love it, and I would love to see you there. It's a beautiful, beautiful location, and it's going to be a great day. It's just a one-day retreat, and I think you'll enjoy it, and I would love to meet some of you. And we're going to give away a lot of stuff because I like to give away stuff. It's fun for me. So I appreciate you listening. And I hope you'll tune in next Tuesday for a new show. We're going to do one every Tuesday now. This is my first show, so we're going to have new segments every week. Everybody's going to be able to access this free. I hope it'll help you. And I hope it will help you have a healthier lifestyle. But not only that, I hope it'll make you feel really good. Because that's a life worth living when you feel good. It just changes everything. It changes you and it changes everybody around you. So thanks for listening. Have a wonderful week. And don't forget to check out the recipes and the free ebook to get you started. And don't forget to tweet me at Cultured Food Life at Donna Schwink so that I can answer your questions and help you even more.